Hey guys, welcome back to GregTech. I'm Jerry, and today we are gonna continue right where we left off, because I have solved the riddle of the Cropmatron. Or not the Cropmatron rather, but the portable scanner. Basically, it turns out I just needed to charge it more. Oddly enough. But now I can use it, and it can actually tell me a lot of different stuff. But first thing first, I have now made a total of 5 pellets of this RTG fuel, and I want to move this thing downstairs to a corner where we can just forget about it, because it takes care of itself, it produces some power, and it just, you know, does this automatically, so we don't need to worry about it. So I'm gonna put it down here, where we don't even have to look at it, and where it won't poison anything or whatever. I know it's perfectly safe, it's just a battery, it's the same they use on the on the old space satellite thingies, the plutonium batteries, basically. But, well, since we don't really need to look at it and we don't need to fiddle with it at all, we might as well just have it down here. So let us get back upstairs, and I think by now let's see, I'm still trying to refine some more iron. I've used all the iron I had refined, all of it, basically. So yeah, I got 49 ingots left. And I'm trying to do some more, but yeah, I've had to power up the nuke for a bit, but I think we can turn that off now, because there's still quite a bit of power in here. 5 million should be enough to finish whatever the blast furnace is doing, and it'll give you a more representative image of how much power. Well, it's consuming a lot, so anyway, let us... There's a floating horse over there. Let us go over to the Necklace Pate greenhouse here and have a look at stuff, because a bit of stuff has happened here, just a wee bit. We have this little thing here, which I'm assuming is red mushrooms, but we can tell for fact by doing this. So basically, let's see here. It's a block crop. Toxic, undead, vine, edible, rotten. Let me just quickly see here. It doesn't actually tell me what exactly... Oh, it's a corpse plant. So apparently this is something quite dangerous and quite... I'm quite surprised that wheat and sugarcane is what gives us corpse plants. But apparently so. So let's actually just have a look in the dictionary here and see what it says about the corpse plant. So hops, coffee, indigo, flax, stickweed, tarrowort, red wheat, troll wheat, cotton, tin, and you know, really goldberries, bob's your uncle ranks. With a reed, blaze reed, dire reed, that doesn't sound good. Corium, corpse plant. Plants versus zombies went a bit wrong. Perhaps maybe this zombie plant wants to infiltrate your garden. I'm guessing that it makes rotten flesh. Basically, it's a peaceful way of getting rotten flesh. Okay, well that's good enough. I like that. Let's fertilize it a bit and get some zombies going in here. So this thing, now we can also have a look at like these other things. So this is perfectly normal wheat, yellow food wheat, discarded by notch, but it has growth 3, gain 2, and resistance 1. So it's actually a better wheat than the wheat we have over here, which is just 111. Now, these here, this is pumpkins, crop name pumpkin. And you can see growth 0, gain 1, resistance 1. So this is actually a really bad pumpkin. So there's no reason for us to keep this around at all. It's less good than a default pumpkin. So let's just grab some of these. Grab a bit more of our supplies here. Supplies, motherfucker. Weedex. And let's harvest these. So let's have a look at these carrots here. So these carrots, growth 2, gain 4, so they're actually better than default. They're not that resistant though. But you can see 111 again. The default for every crop is 111, but this one should give us a bit more when harvested. So this one is actually slightly better than the other ones, but again, not that interesting. So over here we have some perfectly fast-growing wheat with 0 gain, meaning that it actually doesn't really give us that much at all. I'm just gonna punch this out, and this one also really poor wheat, so let's just punch that out as well. So let's reset this field over here and see what goes on. Now this one here is pumpkins with a gain 2 and resistance 1, so it really isn't that great either, so let's just pump that out. and give some wheat eggs. And you can see this one actually gave us a seed bag. Now, because we have analyzed this already, it tells us exactly what the growth and the gain and resistance is. So this we could plant somewhere else. And this was what happens like whenever you gain a good seed. You try and punch it out and then you hope for a seed bag. Or you maybe harvest it and hope for seed bag. In any case, you hope for these, and then that's what you replant. And you can then combine it with something else. So like if we found a plant with a lot of resistance, we could try and combine this, and we'd have a pumpkin seed with a slightly more gain than normal. So yeah, overall there's a good bit of depth to it, and now that I have the scanner, I can actually explore those depths and actually figure out exactly what's going on. So that's actually a really great addition. It took a bit of time to figure out the scanner, but at least now it also uses quite a bit of power actually. Like it's used 70,000 EU in the time that we've just been doing this little recording here. So it's quite power hungry, but it does give a lot of information. I'll grant it that. So over here, I've been trying to set up a new breeding experiment with the bees, combining these mundane larches with spruce wood. I am actually hoping or working directly towards the coastal sequoia, because that's a really fantastic tree. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for here. But I need to find a grafter, because there are a couple of leaves that are ready to harvest, but I don't see any grafters up here. Let's just put these in here. Which one? Sublime. Nope. No grafters up there. Do I even have any grafters at all? Like, I think I've used up what I had. I might need to go and get some villages soon enough. That's actually going to be quite an interesting challenge, to getting some villages back here. Because I'm not really quite satisfied with just leaving them where they live at the moment. I kind of want to move them back here so we can have like a nice little village or an apartment building or something for them. And actually, protect them and make up, get them up to have some good trades. But in order to get them back here, we're pretty much going to have to make a railcart system. So that's fun. So I'll need to make a grafter. That means I need a bronze plate. Just quickly make a couple of these. And then I think what we should probably put this into charge. That seems like a good call. Get our iron in here. Now the good thing about the calcite is that it only really consumes the calcite and gives back the coal dust. So I can use this for either making carbon plates or making more. I actually think it might even give me some extra carbon dust, which is kind of interesting. Basically, if you look at the recipe here, inside the industrial blast furnace, you can see you put in one calcite dust, which is one carbon, free oxide, or free oxygen, and one calcium, and you get out C2 dark ashes. So you're actually creating carbon here from the iron. So this carbon we can then toss into the wire mill and make into carbon fiber. So that's interesting. That's one way to do it. Let us see, what was I gonna do? Now that we got the seed system working here, I think I wanna get started on. Let's have a look at the whole data circuit thing, because pretty like the data storage circuits here. This is the next step up for machines and such. We need to make iridium reinforced plates. We need to make these things, and that means we need to make tungsten steel. And tungsten steel, because iridium reinforced plates. Let's see recipe here. Iridium alloy ingot, which is iridium plates and advanced alloy. That's very simple actually, but then you need to compress it. But iridium is a rare resource. I have 10 plus 3 of it. I really haven't found a lot. You pretty much need to mine all the black granite you see, and then inside there you can find iridium slightly more common than elsewhere. So in order to get a lot of like stuff for the high level machines, the iridium stuff, you're gonna need a lot of iridium, and that pretty much, like, I think there is a step between that and iridium, and that is the tungsten steel. Now tungsten steel requires, as you can hopefully find in here. Let's actually just search for it. Hot tungsten steel ingots requires a heat capacity of 3000 kelvins. So in order to get 3000 kelvins, we need a blast furnace made up of better blocks than standard machine casings. And the better blocks, they're made from chrome. So chrome ingots into chrome plates, which then are used to make the advanced machine casings. So for that we need data control circuits, so we need iridium reinforced plates. Fun. There's also another way to increase the capacity of the blast furnace, and that's these heat coils. And I think the cupronickel one is not the one you can use, but you can use the nichrome and the canfal. And canfal is made from hot canfal ingot, which needs a heat capacity of 2500. And then once you get this, you can then upgrade it with these two sets of heating coils to 3000. So we need to get it up to 2500 kelvins. And that means that we need some, at the very least, some reinforced machine casings. But we probably also need to spend a bit of our iridium to make the some chrome ones. So I'm wondering what would be the best way to go about this. We need iridium plates, then we need to make iridium alloy ingot, which we then need to compress with 8 industrial TNT to get an iridium reinforced plate, which we can then use to make a grand total of 4 data control circuits. So that'll actually last us quite a bit. Now these energy flow circuits, how do you make those? Also iridium reinforced stuff. Or platinum. Okay, so there is a cheaper way to make those at least. So right now we need an industrial diamond, and that means we need to blow up some diamond dust in here. I don't think you can make the iridium alloy with just a normal diamond. Let's try it for a moment. So let's see. We need 4 iridium. And we need 4 advanced alloy. Do I still have some of that? I have 3. So you make this mixed metal ingots, and you can make this out of a lot of different stuff. Aluminium, brass, tungsten, steel. We don't have that. So if we go back to like the recipes involving steel, brass, and aluminium, or steel, bronze, and aluminium would be pretty good. So we have some bronze here. Let's get some aluminium. Do we have an aluminium plate? Yes, we do. And a steel plate. So we do this: bronze, aluminium, steel. These need to be swapped around. Mixed metal ingots. We can toss those in the compressor. And then we can make, while we wait for that, we can make a grafter. So I think... How do you make a grafter again? Proven grafters you can buy from villages. But these normal grafters will have to craft by hand. And they only last so long, so it's a bit... File, hammer, grafter, there we are. Excellent. So while all of this is going, I'm going to go out and actually have a look at the trees here and see, can we get some sort of interesting saplings from some of these pollinated leaves here. That's a mundane larch. That's a mundane larch of various kinds. Now I'm fairly certain that these mundane larches are purebred because their saplings stack. That's normally a very good indicator. These don't stack, so you can see they have some sort of impurity, not impurity, but they are partly crossbred, but they're not fully evolved into new species yet, so they're kind of useless. Some of them might grow bigger, or grow faster, or grow slower than other mundane larches, and we need a tree elizer to actually tell that. Now the tree elizer you can make in much the same way we made the bee elizer, and it's still powered by honey. I think we might actually, should we make one of those? Tree elizer. Let's see here. 4 copper, a diamond, 2 redstone, 2 glass panes, and some water. Yeah, let's make one of those. We have the power. We have the technology. So let's see. 4 copper, 1 diamond, 2 redstone, and glass panes. I only have 1 of those. We need some glass. Do I have glass? I have a bunch of glass in the other building. That's right. And 2 buckets of water. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's go over to the fountain here, just grab some water from it. That's one of the good things of having a fountain in the middle of everything. You just have a water source nearby. And I know I'm getting a bit distracted in this episode. I honestly don't care too much. Let's see. Clear the recipe for this stuff. Pour in the water. And then we make the recipe. There. Clear that, and then we need some glass panes from over here. We have I have a bunch of glass panes in surplus from when we built the factory. Trav made like a ton of them. So let's get some power. And we should still have a... Nope, we don't have a battery in here. I'm gonna have to go back get a battery. And then we also need to actually toss these iridium ingots into the plate bending machine. I completely forgot about that. There, get a battery. Drop it on the floor, just to make sure. It's safe to use. Makes no sense at all, but I digress. So let's get battery in here. Power goes in here. We don't have anything in the centrifuge, so that's just wasting power. So let's actually quickly take this and move it there. And then the tree laser is crafting. And this iridium ore we need to smelt into an ingot. So we can actually just do that. There's nothing preventing us from doing that. So toss it into one of these. Stupid eggs. Whenever I have like other people on the server, for some reason they all agree that they need to pick up all the eggs they can find and just toss them on my roof and such, so that the chickens spit eggs everywhere, all over my base. And that means that I end up picking up eggs everywhere I go. Alright, we almost have the iridium plates now as well. There's a lot of crafting going on here, but at least we're making some progress. At least I'm thinking we're making some progress. So let's see here, iridium plates, clear this one, hammer up there. So iridium plates, advanced alloys, a rounded diamond. Is this the right recipe? Nope, it is not. Iridium goes in the corners, advanced alloys in the centers. And diamond in the middle, and of course it has to be an industrial diamond. Now, I kind of wish there was some sort of recipe, easy recipe to just craft the diamond into an industrial one, but apparently not. You can make a diamond into a lot of carbon dust, that's interesting enough. Let's see, recipe for industrial diamond. There's the whole coal chunk compressor thing, which uses a stack of coal, actually, but again, I'm so disappointed that this recipe here is default and this one's still allowed, because this one is so much easier without the industrial TNT. Coal chunk, compressed coal balls, flint, or coal dust. Again, it's not hard. Like, I don't have that much coal left, but it's very. I do have something in my miner's backpack. Okay, I actually have a lot of stuff in here. I have the obsidian I need at least. But yeah, basically just mash up some coal. And then, before too long, you have a coal ball. Tree ELISA should be done now, so we can check on the mundane larches here. We'll need to make that industrial diamond somehow, and I think I'm just gonna go with the coal ball thing, but that's gonna take some time to grind up. So, while that's doing that, we can play with the tree ELISA here. Now, I need some honey drops. I think we have some here, yeah. So honey drops in there, and then we can put the mundane larch in here, and you can see, okay, so this one here is actually combined with a red spruce, which oddly enough is what the trees we have. So as you can see, we actually need a normal mundane larch. This one's also red spruce combination. It's not completely the same as the other one apparently, but yeah, we'll need to compare them to like a normal mundane larch sapling. So let's see here. These ones should be purebred. Yes, they are. Alright, so we can now compare. So you can see this one here. Saplings lower. Maturity... can we just... So, it grows to average height and it matures in an average speed. Whereas this one here, it grows to an average height, but it matures faster. Now, this one, they low, I guess lower is lower than low. Yeah, so this one gives more saplings than the purebred one, and it grows faster. And the same goes with this one, really. They give more saplings, but they saplings low. This one actually. Wait, what? Oh, the top one is the sappiness. Interesting enough, that's an odd way. Anyway, low saplings. This one gives also low saplings, I guess. And this one gives average saplings. And matures faster. So this one here is actually a better tree than the default mundane larches in terms of like output. But it gives more saplings, it grows faster. So that's actually like, it's a better tree, but it's not purebred, so we can't use it for that, for the reproduction purposes. So what we can do instead is we can toss these two here because they're kind of shit. In here, and do we have 1, 2, 3, 4? We only have 7 saplings. We can't make a plant ball. But this one here might be worth holding onto and actually planting it somewhere out here and basically use it as a production tree, because it gives more saplings, it grows faster, and as such, it's better for, you know, getting wood. Really, it's just a shame that mundane larch is not the prettiest wood. I think I should have some in here. Yeah, so you can see it's a very delicate pink skin type color. I don't really have. There's not many buildings that look good in that color, I must admit. I once made a like a very nice house in it on a server that I played on, and I then, just for fun, tried putting on a Sphax texture pack. The house turned into a Barbie house. It was completely pink. It was quite horrible to look at. So I think on that little note, I think we're gonna end this episode. We got the tricorder to work. I have an extra crop analyzer here I made. I don't actually need it, as it turns out. But whatever. I guess we can toss it in a chest somewhere. And we got, again, a bit further progress with the tree breeding. We have some information on what's growing out in the greenhouse. And we're getting started on getting some reinforced machine casing, or advanced machine casings for the blast furnace so we can get it hotter. That's overall pretty good day at the office. So I think we're gonna leave it at that. So until next time, I'm Jerry, this has been GregTech, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!